It's Warrior Wednesday. It's brought to you by Kirby, Driveway Mechanic. Check out Kirby at CURBEE.com. And we got to get to what Draymond said about Bob Myers. We got to get to Brian Windhorst coming to my defense about the adorable Sacramento Kings.
Okay.
We'll get to all of that
Did he
coming
use
up
that
in a
word?
few. You'll find out.
I can't wait to tease. It's
Dot,
a great
dot, dot.
tease.
Okay.
It's called tease, people.
Yeah, but right now we're also going to hop in with Craig Carton, the esteemed WFAN and FS1 host in New York, hanging out with us here on Willard and Dibs on 95.7 The Game. And the first question, Craig, is Aaron Judge ready for the dot that he's going to get from Logan Webb in this baseball game tomorrow? We've had it up to here in San Francisco.
Well, I love it. Grudge holders ain't not better than that.
Let's go.
Isn't that what we do in New York?
Yeah, listen, no, you're damn right. And I don't blame you one bit the way that played out this past offseason. And it's funny, it's too bad they don't play against each other enough times because that would warrant a little chin music, wouldn't it?
I mean,
no doubt.
It's actually not the way this organization rolls
or
at all.
Or this town, Craig. We want to send him a firmly worded greeting card.
Exactly. You know what we're going to do? We're going to sit him down, and we're going to tell him that we really wish he had joined us, and then we're going to wish him good luck this year. That's what we're going to do, Craig.
Totally.
Yeah, that was New York, but about 30 seconds. Can I ask you guys a question? Before we get into all the sports and stuff, because I've long had a complaint about one of your famous restaurants. Yeah,
Please go ahead. Yeah.
So a couple of years ago, we come out for the Super Bowl that was out there, and everyone says to me, "Yo, you got to go to the steakhouse. It's the best steakhouse in San Francisco. Bring everybody." So at the time, I'm doing a show with Boomer Esiason. We got 25 people. We make reservations. We get in. We're all pumped up. The name of the restaurant was Prime Rib. We go in. We sit down. Can we get menus? No. Well, all right. Not everybody here wants Prime Rib. Some people might want salmon or filet or this or that. And they go, "Hey, dummy, the name of the restaurant is Prime Rib.
Yeah.
That's all we serve."
House of Prime Rib, yeah.
House of Prime Rib, yeah. What's the problem?
An institution.
Don't you remember the Saturday Night Live skit with Belushi? Cheeseburger,
Exactly.
cheeseburger. You're not coming in here and ordering a hot dog.
No
we
Coke,
make
Pepsi.
cheeseburger,
That's
Craig.
it. It's not the House of Filet. It's not the House of Salmon.
So Chris Sims is with us. He gets up to go to the bathroom and never comes back. So we have to call the San Francisco Police Department because we thought we lost Chris Sims or he got kidnapped. He just didn't eat prime ribs, so he just walked out the front door.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like going to the Olive Garden and not getting olives. Am I right?
Craig, did you bring this story up so you could just tell us about all the famous people you eat with?
Seriously.
But I didn't eat with him. He left.
Well, there's that too.
I didn't eat with him. Didn't eat with him. He straight walked out.
Gosh.
Craig, but before we get into the hardcore sports, Mark and I, my partner, have been debating Draymond Green just in a yes or no fashion, or however you want to answer it. Do you find Draymond Green to be a dirty player?
No, I don't think he's dirty. I think he's different. He obviously beats to his own drum for sure, but I watched the game last night, and I didn't think it was dirty. I think it was scrappy. And I happen to be a fan of Draymond Green. He's polarizing, but he's that guy that if he was on our team, we'd love him, especially in New York. But when he's on the other team, you hate him, and you refer to him as dirty. But I do not think he is a dirty player by a long shot.
Yeah, I'm with you. You made a mistake, Dibs, by asking a New Yorker if they think he's dirty.
No. I respect Craig Carton deeply, and I respect his opinion.
No, but that's my point. Like, I think in New York, you all think like the bar of dirty is a lot higher. Probably there more than anywhere, right?
Well, there's no doubt, especially if you're a diehard Knicks fan and grew up with Anthony Mason and Charles Oakley and those mid-90 Knicks teams where the average score was like 75 to 68, and there was blood every night. But listen, I like Draymond Green. I just can't figure them out because they're clearly bad enough to go down by 20 against the Pelicans, but good enough to beat them by 30 in the second half.
Right.
And I don't trust them right now. I can't figure out what it is.
They can't be trusted right now. We don't trust them, and we watch them night in and night out. What do you think about the association as we know it this year, where that's kind of a microcosm of the whole league, where you could be down by 20 and win by 30 night in and night out, and it doesn't seem to even matter?
Yeah, well, I think the last part of what you're saying is the worst part. You know, when Joel Embiid's going for them to play against Jokic, that's a problem, right? When guys aren't hurt and take big games off, that's a problem. You know, it's the old cliche in basketball that, you know, every team's got to run. No lead is safe. And you do see that every night. But I think a bigger problem are guys not playing in big games because either the franchise thinks it's better for them in the long run, or the guy just doesn't have that dog in him where, you know, he really wants to compete every night. And it's, for me, a much bigger problem.
Craig Carton, WFAN, FS1 in New York with us here on Willard and Dibs, 95.7 The Game. All right, the big question, the real big question, is Carlos Rodon a dirty player? What about that, Craig?
I mean, I don't even know if he's going to play for the Yankees this year, is he?
I don't know. You tell us. What's the latest, man?
Well, listen, I don't think he's playing for a couple months, but, you know, what's crazy about the Yankees, obviously, you know, they steal Judge back from you guys, and he's a Yankee for life now. Great, all good. You know, they came into March, I would say, with, on paper, arguably the best, you know, starting five rotation in the sport. And now, you know, they're good. They're dropping like flies. And I think that's, you know, not unique just to them. But I don't know what you get out of the Yankees. You know, I don't know. Aaron Hicks, you know, nobody wants back. Donaldson, nobody wants back. They're obviously going to start the kid at shortstop, Anthony Volpe, who's 21 years old. And as good as I think they're capable of being, you know, you just don't know what you're going to get because they're still a relatively older team, meaning Stan's going to be on the DL a couple times. You know, there's going to be issues with them. They don't have a legitimate closer right now, and I'm not sure what the Yankees are going to be.
How much are you champing at the bit for Aaron Rodgers to become a New York Jet?
Say that again?
How much are you just dying and licking your chops for Aaron Rodgers to come to town?
I'm the one guy that's not. Now, I'm not a fan of his. I respect he's a great quarterback, blah, blah, blah. And yes, I'm not going to, you know, I'll say it. I said it on TV this morning. On paper, I can make the argument that the New York Jets might be the most talented team in football, if you want to put Kansas City aside for a minute. I think that they have that kind of talent, top five defense, depth at wide receiver, and now a star quarterback. My issue with it is that, you know, I've spent my entire lifetime, you know, trying to find a young Aaron Rodgers. I never got him. And now I'm looking at the prospect of I have 1 year, maybe two if I'm lucky, to win it all. And I'm going to be right back where I've been my entire lifetime. And I just don't trust the Jet organization. They have a weird owner who actually, think about this. Woody Johnson's owned the Jets for 23 years. They've been in dead last and or missed the playoffs more than they've done anything good. And he had the balls to come out yesterday and say, we're in the winning business. They've never won anything.
Yeah.
So, most fans are excited for it. Obviously, I'm going to see much better football. So from that standpoint, yeah, it's going to be great. But I'm not an Aaron Rodgers guy. Never have been.
As of tonight, they will have the longest drought in as far as playoffs go in the Big Three. Once the Kings officially make it, the Jets, Jets will have the longest drought.
Yep. Thanks for reminding me about that.
You're welcome,
I
Craig.
appreciate that.
That's kind of what I do. That's kind of my bit, you know, out here.
Yeah, but you got Aaron Judge, don't you?
Yeah.
So, by the way, Craig, give us an idea of the tone out there with regard to that story. What does it sound like in Yankee Stadium tomorrow when Judge comes to the dish for the first time after this whole free agency experience?
Standing ovation. You know, the fact that, you know, he flirted with you guys and frankly with the Padres also, and then decided to come back, and now he's got the C on his chest. It'll be 50,000 raucous fans, and then he'll probably strike out. I don't get booed as he walks off the field, but it'll be crazy tomorrow for sure. And and then you kind of settle in, right? It's like anything else. If he does what he's now being paid handsomely to do, he'll be cheered, and as soon as he goes 0 for 3, he's going to be booed. We don't suffer fools in New York City, and maybe that's to our own detriment, but that's the reality.
Hey, out here, we would probably send him a get well soon card after he goes 0 for his first 28. Hang in there, buddy.
Why are the fans in San Francisco, for lack of a better term, like that soft towards the players?
In a way, but also we're so used to so many championships from so many other teams, we can tolerate it, Craig.
Well, them too.
So it's funny you say that. That hits me right in my soul. I'm a diehard Knicks fan my entire life. I got nothing.
Yeah.
I'm a diehard Jet fan. I got nothing. And you guys have run out of room for your trophies. That's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, you remember Joe Willie Namath? I know you were probably what? Born when the Jets won it?
I was. Thank you for pointing out my age. I appreciate it. I was born a couple weeks after the New York Jets won that Super Bowl.
Oh man,
yeah. We're the same age, Craig.
Well,
That's why I'm pointing it out. It's a bad beat.
Okay. It's all good. I feel like I just look like I'm 80.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Craig, we're sure it's been a long day for you, and we thank you for making us a part of it, man. Thanks for coming on.
Listen, good job. Thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you guys soon. Thanks so much.
All right.
Thanks, Craig.
Craig Carton, WFAN FS1 in New York.